friends, it's me, Emily. I'm here to react to another song video thing. Anyway, so, the last thing I just reacted to, like, I literally just finished recording, etc., was, Hurt by Johnny Cash. And as I said at the beginning of that video, I realized that, I love the original so much that I refuse to touch the cover. It's one of those things where, like, you love something so much that when something else comes out, and someone tries to say it's better than that thing you love, you get angry and refuse to look at it. And that's what I did with that. I loved Nine Inch Nails so much, and I still do, that I refused to touch the Johnny Cash one because I'm not a huge Johnny Cash fan, and I didn't want to hear one of my favorite songs get mangled like that. Now, the reason I say that is because in the recommendations for Hurt by Johnny Cash was this one, The Sound of Silence by Disturbed. So the thing is, I don't know if you can follow the flow I'm doing here, it's the same situation. I love Simon and Garfunkel. I adore them, I love them. Simon and Garfunkel has always been one of my favorite groups. I know last time I said the same thing about Nine Inch Nails, but it's true. I listen to both, like, in the same playlist. Like, I love them so much. And The Sound of Silence has always been a song that has hit my heart. It's always been a song that has meant so much to me. And so, when I heard Disturbed did it, and especially when people were like, it's amazing, and I'm like, but it's Disturbed, and it's Simon and Garfunkel. They're amazing. And so I didn't believe them. And so, now I'm gonna see how true it is, because Johnny Cash and Hurt already proved me wrong. So now I'm gonna try Disturbed. See if they're gonna prove me wrong too. Broken Instruments. Sound of Silence. Gotcha. Oh. The silence is destroying the music. That's cool imagery. Oh. Hi. You are staring into my soul. I didn't know that you could sound that calm. Disturbed? Ever. This is very minimalistic. Very surprised. I know it's about to happen. That's why I stopped it. Can tell he's about to. I can hear the music ramping up. That's beautiful. Like, already. Love it. Couldn't help but sing along. That's how much I loved it. I have to admit, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. I didn't know that Disturbed could sing like this, because, like, I know Disturbed is the person, like, get down with the sickness. Like, all of his music is, well, it's metal. It's loud, it's in your face, it's blah. And, like, that's why I refused to listen to it, because I couldn't imagine singing The Sound of Silence. Like, I was so scared that they were going to do something to that beautiful, perfect folk song. And they've managed to turn it into a quiet soliloquy. And the imagery they're doing is beautiful. The falling apart instruments to show his dream about silence being supreme. How they've destroyed all music. And then as he's starting to talk about what we can do, instruments are getting unearthed. And, like, that, and, like, how they, you know, that, the imagery of the people all in despair, but they don't realize it because they can't hear you. And, like, oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. You know, them writing music down, but then, like, keeping in the dirt because you can't let anyone play it, because you can't break what has become status quo. And, like, you can't be the person to break the silence. And oh my gosh, it's great. I'm impressed. And then he's staring into my soul, and I didn't realize that that's something I needed in my life, but I really do. I'm getting goosebumps every time he stares at my soul. I'm ready now. That's my favorite line of the whole song. That's different notes. There's the metal. They're so despondent looking. Ooh. That's cool. Changing that note again. That's cool. Oh, that was a switch. Oh, damn. Oh, look at all the music. The music returning to the people. It's going to the people. Oh, that's beautiful imagery. Okay, I'm pausing that there because I don't want to go to the next video without me saying anything. That's beautiful imagery. Oh. Anyway, so as I said during the thing, I'm gonna try to remember the order of thoughts. Silence like a cancer grows has always to me been the most powerful line of the entire song. Because once again, I listen to the Simon and Garfunkel version all the time. All the time. And I have ripped apart those lyrics like it's no tomorrow. Silence like a cancer grows is honestly to me the line that makes the entire song make sense. You know, I've watched reaction videos of people reacting to the Simon and Garfunkel version of this song, and they're all like, what's the thing? Like, what are they talking about? And to me, it's the line, silence like a cancer grows, that gets it. Because sometimes before this, you know, they're like, oh, it's because, you know, people, you know, sometimes you gotta be quiet. No, that's not what this is saying. You know, it's not, what's the word? it's not complementing the idea of talking without speaking or listening, hearing without listening or something like that. It is not doing that. It is actually condemning that because of silence like a cancer grows. And I just love that line because it's like the thesis of the entire song. I'm sorry I'm using all these smart people words. I have a lot of thoughts about this song, and you don't write a script for these things, so I'm just using the words that are coming to mind, and they're unfortunately the smart people ones. But yeah, it's the entire point of the song is the idea that we can't let ourselves dissolve into silence. I know Simon wrote that song in the 60s to talk about the fact that he was worried that people were going to, it's almost a Fahrenheit 451 situation where he was terrified that people are going to worship TV and we're going to stop communicating with each other. And obviously then that to today, cell phones and too much cell phones. Anyway, I think what's important is that you have to make sure that you have your voice be heard. You can't allow yourself to sit and allow things to happen around you just because you don't want to be the one to speak up. And that was the feeling I was getting from his version, the Disturbed version of this song, because of how passionate his voice became during that line. The fact, he like, in the sound of silence, and he's like, fool, sir, like, he was in your face. And for that line is when he started to get really intense. And I think that's the same situation as, like, fools. Like, you can't. The other stuff is like, well, listen to my bad dream, and now it's like, no, now you need to do something. Like, you can't allow thoughts and ideas to fester because you're afraid of being the one to say them. You need to bravely step out and say them because they can help change lives. Sorry, the video is here for you. They can help change lives. I'm pointing this way because my other screen is over here. But yeah, so like that, and then, oh my gosh, I didn't know that Disturbed could sing that well. Obviously I'm not doubting it now, but like, he just beautiful. Went from an almost angelic, like, ah, to like rasp. And like, the thing is, he did it so controlled. He went between his normal singing voice and his metal singing voice so perfectly. And it was incredible because, once again, I didn't know he could do that. But like, he had such perfect control because, he sang this note angry, and then he sang the exact same note 2 seconds later, pure. And it showed that it was very purposeful. And it was just incredible, the amount of control. I know I'm saying that a lot. It's just, for me, it further drives home the point that he was trying to be passionate during that time of, like, passionate and anger, and he's letting his actual feelings show. And oh my gosh, that was incredible. Like, and this last shot here, like, gave me goosebumps. The idea that, he's so angry that he says, no, what, screw it. I don't care. I'm going to unearth all the instruments. If no one's going to speak, I will. And he's sending them over to the hopeless people who are devoid of all love and affection. And he's sending it over to them. So they have this. Here it is. So they have hope again. And you see as the boat goes across, the sun goes up. And that's awesome. Like, hell yeah. Anyway. So, I loved it. I can't deny it. And it's a little eerie as I was listening to it. Because, and as I've been talking, it's been kind of forming in my head that, other than, of course, the raspy bit, it didn't actually sound Disturbed sang the version that has been in my head my whole life. Like, I don't know how to explain that correctly. Because, like, I listened to the other one right beforehand. Because I love this song. And I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna do this. And I was like, do 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 do. Anyway, and I realized that they sang it with a very different, you know, like a much more light-hearted background, but still deep lyrics. And Disturbed was passionate the whole way through. And awesome, amazing. I feel it almost conveys the feeling better. Like, I definitely feel there are still amazing parts to the Simon and Garfunkel version because, you know, there's a reason it's touched so many people for so many years. But, like, I have to admit, the reason I was, you know, I was singing along to it, and I was singing along so easily, besides the notes that he changed, because it felt right. That's the version I heard in my head. I heard it, like, I heard it at that tempo in my head. I heard it with that passion in my head. I've heard it. That is how that's how that song has always been to me. And Disturbed was able to get that out. I don't know if my words are making sense. But Disturbed, the way that they sang it was actually the way that I have always heard the original. And it's honestly incredible that they were able to bring about what my brain already interpreted the song as and shared it with everyone else. And honestly, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing. I didn't realize how good it was. It gives me the same feeling. It literally gives me the same feeling as the original. If anything, almost a little more because it is how I felt about the original. Whenever I heard that song and sang it to myself growing up, I felt I had just as much passion as that guy did there. And it's incredible because I didn't realize that was a thing that could happen. Yeah. So there's that. If you like this review, you know, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever. If you have any other songs that you'd like me to react to, leave a comment below. I'm going to make a Google form that you can, like, type in and, like, leave suggestions as well, and I'll have them, like, so I can go through the list. If it's something I've heard before, you know, I might react to it just to, like, hang out and enjoy it. If it's something I haven't, then I'll react to it, like, reaction. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Yeah. Peace out. Have a great day.